I'm going to take the battery tray out, so we just got to take these plastic clips off again on this side. There's a 13mm bolt right here. Guess it's a nut technically. There's also another 13mm tucked behind the fuse block right here. It's a little seized in there. So a plastic clip right there. There's also a 13mm bolt down here holding the bracket and the box in. The battery tray, I should say. The wiring harness connected to this all over the place. There's something connected underneath as well. That'll be the hardest part of the whole job, getting the battery tray out. I disconnect this 13mm nut for this power wire to the fuse block. You're going to want to undo these two clips for the main computer. Things can kind of be a pain just because they get a bunch of dirt. So these clips have been proven harder to get out, but what I've been doing is taking a flathead screwdriver. There's a red, I don't know, a blue and a green tabs that you kind of just have to work down to get these to come out. Anyways, you need them to slide at least out to the bottom, like so. Like I said, they do get a lot of dirt in them, so I'm going to work on this one and get it out. So we got the wiring harness all unplugged over here. Be able to snake it up and out. Next thing we'll want to do is take out that ground wire. Looks like it's a 10mm. take off the plastic retainer that's holding it onto the frame there. And we need to take this fuse block out so that we can disconnect the wiring on that. A 10mm nut right here. There's one on the back side as well. One more on the front, tucked up in here. I got those 3 bolts out. Fuse block slides down. But I'm an idiot because it looks like it could have just came off the bracket anyways. Dang it. Sure can. Probably could have just left the bracket. And we're just taking the plugs out for those 2 harnesses. That is all free. Just take these coolant bypass hoses off. Take this upper one off. And this back one off. I already took it off, but I wasn't able to record it. We can take this vacuum line off. Take that blue safety clip off, just pry on both sides. It comes out. Front manifold catalytic converter off. First thing you want to do is take the 5 bolts that hold this heat shield on. Just take a ratcheting wrench. Break them all free. I hit mine all with penetrating oil before I did this, and they all were pretty rusted, but they all broke free nicely. So now you got all the bolts out, you can maneuver the shield off the studs. Just proven to be a bigger pain than I thought initially. And go around and take the 10mm manifold bolts off. And this last one you're going to have to get with some kind of wrench. Bolt's definitely the biggest pain in that manifold. Now we're underneath the car. We're going to take these two 13mm bolts out for the upper front cat manifold. Assembly will come out. We got to disconnect the O2 sensor. Now all we need to do is disconnect the two O2 sensors. In theory, you just push the tabs down. They should come out. A lot of dirt and grime get in these connectors, and it can be a pain. Now we need to take this line out for the AC compressor. Going to leave the upper one and just take this lower one off. Just a 13mm nut. This line can just come with the motor when we pull it out. Next we're going to take the starter out. There's this signal wire. You just push the tab, it comes off. Then there's a 13mm nut that holds the main power wire on. And then the starter is actually bolted on this side of the transmission, so we need to remove this mount that we can get the starter. I take this motor mount out. It is held on with some 16mm bolts. Take the 3 out on top, and then there's 2 down below on this cross member. You can pull this motor mount out of the way. You can take the 2 15mm starter bolts out. We can pull the starter out. Around and take all the 15mm bell housing bolts that are on top. I'm not going to board you with this, so I'm going to take them out and let you know how many there are. Housing bolts on top. There's going to be one right there. Sorry. There's going to be one right there, right there, right there, and right there. You're also looks like there's going to be 5. I missed one right there. There's also going to be this pump that is mounted on some studs right here, so you have to take those 13mm bolts out, then take the ground straps and this bracket off, and then take the 15mm studs out. The next thing you want to do up top is unplug these sensors. These two tuck back beneath the transmission here. You want to unplug that sensor, and then this one on top for the O2. The next thing we're going to want to do is take the belt off. So you're just going to get a 3/8 ratchet, stick it up in there. Take the tension off. Off the pulley. The belt out of the way. The next thing we're going to do is take the power steering pump out. There is 3 bolts holding it in. I've got a socket and wobbly on down here. Then there's 2 more bolts up top. You can see the one to the left, and then there's one behind that hose. They are 13mm. Just using 2 long 3/8 extensions with a 13mm wobbly. Out, it's loose, so you can just let it sit to the side like so.